Hey everybody, Rosematter here. Welcome to part 18 of my Steins Gate Let's Play. And the last episode, we took a look at Lukako's ending, which is probably one of the more WTF endings that I've got so far. It was quite bittersweet and weird, but we are going to go back into, the regular timeline, and we are going to actually change Luka back into a boy and see the ramifications of that. And I believe, with the exception of Shining Finger, I think that is the last email that we need to go back and change. So I'm wondering, are we going to have to get in touch with her at some point and figure out how to, like, undo her email? So we're going to get back into it. We're going to see what happens next. So let's go.
僕のこと覚えていてくれますか?
Alright, here we go. I feel bad to cut her off right there, but... Lukako places her finger on top of mine. On top of the send button.
ありがとう岡部さんさようなら僕の
Aww, that's so sweet. But we know what happens when I don't, so I'm doing the right thing. I gotta tell myself that. Now we're getting closer. We're getting closer to that divergence. Chapter 9, Endless Apopatus. The warmth of Lukako's hand slips away as the vertigo hits me. I'm still at the shrine, but I no longer feel Lukako clinging to my back. I turn around slowly. It's like, I can't tell. I can't tell, because he still looks cute as a boy and as a girl. Lukako is standing a short distance away, as if to see me off. No tears, just a bewildered smile. Hey, are you a boy? My chest feels like it's about to burst. I hold it back.
なあ、ルカ子。
はい。
お前は。
Oh, he is straight up gonna ask. I mean, he has to. He's gotta know. I hesitate for a moment, but I have to know.
男だよな。
はい。そうですけど。
She's gone. He has returned. Cuter than any girl. Looks good in Miko robes. But he's a guy. I bite my lip.
お前は俺のこと好きか?
Oh my gosh, he is just coming right out.
いきなり何を?
好きか?
Oh, poor Luka. What an out-of-the-blue question to ask.
尊敬してます.
He respects me. I don't deserve his respect. But that's not what matters now. Lukako's answer seemed clear, but wasn't. He didn't answer the question.
男に戻ったら岡部さんへのこの気持ち封印しなくちゃいけないから.
Lukako might still like me, even though he's a guy again. However, he'll never speak honestly about those feelings. This is what Lukako decided for himself. It would be wrong to pry any further. Maybe I'm just running away. Maybe I should pry, force him to confront his feelings. But I'm not strong enough to accept the consequences. I'll just end up hurting Lukako.
ありがとう。お前にはこれからもずっと俺の弟子でいてほしい。それでいいか?
はい、もちろんです。
I look away, unable to bear his shy smile. The world line has changed. Lukako is a guy again. Which means the IBN 5100 should be here at the shrine. It probably won't be, because nothing can ever be easy. On the previous world line, girl Lukako broke the IBN 5100 while cleaning the storehouse. But guy Lukako didn't clean the storehouse. He never broke the IBN 5100. There's probably some other fuckery going on, because there's one last email that we haven't rescinded yet. It's 6:46 p.m. Judging by past experience, it's very likely that I've averted Mayuri's death for today, but just in case, I should get back to the lab within the hour.
ルカ子、お前は去年この神社の倉庫で古いパソコンを壊した覚えがあるか？
古いパソコンですか？そんなものうちにはなかった気がしますけど。僕パソコンはよくわからなくて、ろくに触ったこともないんです。
When Luka was a girl, she trembled when I asked her the same question. And then she forced a smile as if to avoid admitting that she broke the computer. But he's not trembling now. Luka honestly doesn't know.
父上に会わせてくれ。
I asked Luka to fetch his father for me so I can ask him whether or not the IBM 5100 was in the storehouse. I gotta be careful to call Luka a boy again.
古いパソコン？確かにそんな記憶がありますね。見てきましょう。ちょっと待っていてください。
Will it be there? I don't know. He heads into the storeroom out back, just like on the previous world line. But on the previous world line, the IBM 5100 was no longer in the storehouse, since the girl Luka had secretly moved it. How will it turn out this time? Luka's dad returns after about 10 minutes. Oh, his expression is grave. That's all the answer I need. Nothing has changed.
見つかりません。なくなっています。
I quickly glance at Luka's face. Blank. He doesn't seem to know anything. Luka is innocent. I'm sure of it.
倉庫の鍵が壊されていました。何者かが持ち去ったかもしれません。
It's gotta be Shining Finger. It has to be. I've forgotten her name because it's been so long since I've actually... Is it Moeka? I think it's Moeka. So we gotta get Moeka... We gotta figure out the email she sent because she seems to know now what the location of the IBN is.
持ち去った？
Or it could be someone completely different. It didn't disappear? A thief took it.
重いものを引きずったような跡がありました。年末に大掃除をした時にはあんな跡はありませんでしたし、鍵も1ヶ月ほど前にたまたま確認した時は壊されていませんでした。まさか泥棒に入られるとは。
じゃあ警察に届けないと。
While they discuss what to do, I sigh and consider the situation.
倉庫にないと意味がないんだ。
The IBN 5100 is still out of reach. There are 2 emails left. Oh, there's 2. Okay, Moeka, and who's the other one? 2 emails left to cancel. Something tells me if I cancel just one more, I can get back the IBN 5100. But which one?
岡部さん、なんだかよくわからないですけど、気を落とさないでください。
Let me think. Okay, so there was Luka, there was Ferris, there was Moeka. Was it one that he himself sent? But then, if that's the case, he knows what to do to, you know... I'm really trying to think if there's someone else that I'm missing.
そんなことどうでもいいの精神ですよ。
I chuckle. Luka's so adorable when he's trying to cheer me up. But he's a guy. He's like, why can't she be a girl?
その言葉、使い方が間違っているぞ。
I wave goodbye and leave the shrine. Two emails remain. First, okay, the one I sent to myself with the winning Lotto 6 numbers. I totally forgot about that one. That one should be easy to cancel. The problem is the other one, the one sent by someone I wish I could forget. Kurisu Moeka. I know the gist of her email since she sent it as part of our early experiments. When Moeka asked to send a D-mail, I agreed under 2 conditions. First, make the content simple enough that the D-mail's effects would be obvious. Second, make the contents public to all lab mems. Moeka ended up sending a D-mail to prevent herself from buying a new phone a few days prior. The D-mail was sent to July 31st, an easy date to remember. The question is how it relates to the theft of the IBM 5100. It must be the butterfly effect, as it was with Luka's D-mail. This time, however, I will not hesitate to do what is necessary. Kurisu Moeka does not deserve my sympathy. That woman and her men have killed Mayuri more times than I can bear to remember. I will show her no mercy. There's just one problem. The cancellation email needs to be sent from Moeka's own phone. I don't think a message from me telling her not to change phones would sway Moeka's intentions in the slightest. I need her phone, but I don't know where to find her. What do I do? I return to the lab and set things up so I can time leap at a moment's notice. Fortunately, that isn't necessary.
お腹いっぱい。マユシーは今日はほとんど何も食べてなかったからずっとペコペコだったんだよ。明日もあるの？うん、明日だけじゃなくて明後日もあるの。
Mayuri just got back from Komima 30 minutes ago. She and Kurisu, who stayed behind at the lab, have just finished eating cup noodles. It's already past 8, and so far, nothing has happened. Mayuri is still alive. Going by the pattern, her death has probably been postponed until about this time tomorrow. Is this the will of some higher being? God? Fate? The universe itself? Or is it just merely coincidence? That doesn't matter now.
さてさて、マユシーは明日早いからもう帰るね。
Mayuri takes a big stretch and starts getting ready to go home. She's been up since 5 this morning. It looks like she plans to wake up early tomorrow too. That reminds me, I haven't seen Daru at all. He's fighting in the Komima Holy War too, so that doesn't surprise me. Busy checking his spoils, I guess.
ねえねえ、クリスちゃんやオカリンはコミマ行かないの？
俺はパスだが助手が行きたいそうだ。
はあ？
Kurisu jumps up at my answer.
ちょっと岡部、何勝手に捏造してんのよ。
さっきまで興味津々な様子でマユリのコスプレ話を聞いていたではないか。
そうだけど、誰も行くとは言ってない。行こうよ、クリスちゃん。
If we don't get to see Luka in a cosplay, maybe Kurisu. I know that Kurisu is an at-channeler, but is she an otaku? Not all at-channelers are otaku, but she's often hinted at an interest in cosplay.
お断りよ。人が多すぎて息が詰まりそう。今日と比べるとね、2日目はそんなに多くないよ。午後から来れば快適そのものなんだから。人気のある同人誌なんかは売り切れちゃうけどね。
I'm on Kurisu's side. I love going to conventions. I love it and I hate it. I hate crowds, but I love the atmosphere at the same time. It's such a weird that I can, love it and hate it at the same time, but I do, and I do miss going to conventions so bad.
岡部がついてきなさいよ。あんた、マユリの保護者でしょ？違うよ。マユシーはね、オカリンの人質。ああ、はいはい。そうだったな。人質に逃げられちゃまずいでしょ。手錠でもかけて同行すれば？
俺にはこの秋葉でやらなければならないことがある。
何よ、やらなきゃならないことって。
The search for Mayuri-and Moeka. I already sent her an email. We need to talk, and now I'm awaiting her reply. Something tells me it's not going to work.
無言ってことは単に行きたくないだけか。
クリスティーナ、話がある。
また？相変わらず唐突ね。
またとはどういう意味だ？
別に。話って何？最近オカリンとクリスちゃん仲良しさんだよね。いつも二人で話し込んでるもん。マユシーも秘密の会議に参加したい気持ちでいっぱいです。
タイムリープマシンについての協議をしているだけだ。おそらくマユリが参加してもちんぷんかんぷんだと思うぞ。
Not entirely accurate, but not a lie either.
そしてこれからクリスティーナに話そうとしているのはいかにしてこいつをコミマへ行かせるかという内容だ。マユリを期待して待っていろ。ふーはははは。
Man, that was such a half-assed Hoi and Kyoma.
ありがとね、オカリ。
Mayuri waits in the lab as I take Kurisu outside.
というわけでクリスティーナ、
コミマに行くつもりはないから。
お前さっきまたと言ったな。ここでこうして1対1での相談を何度もしているということで間違いないか。
ついに記憶に錯乱が見られるようになったか。狂気のマッドサイエンティストさんはアセチルコリンが減少してるんじゃない？
Oh boy, that's gonna be fun for me to try and say. Let's... Okay. Acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter. Acetylcholine levels in the hippocampus increase when learning or remembering.
真面目に答えろ。
あんた、なんか変よ。
頼む。答えてくれ。
答えるも何も、岡部がさっき言った通りよ。もう 4,5 回くらいこうして外に出て2人でタイムリープマシンをどうするかについて話してる。
俺がタイムリープしていることについては。
For an instant, Kurisu opens her eyes wide in surprise. But then she gives me an angry glare.
してるの？
I nod.
かれこれ10回以上だ。
そんなに？何勝手な真似してんのよ。
Looks like he doesn't know anything about Luka or my shifting between world lines. But that's only natural. So far, I've changed world lines a total of 3 times. Let's call the first world line where Mayuri died Alpha 1. The world line where Ferris and I fought the viral attackers is Alpha 2. The world line where I dated Luka is Alpha 3. And now I'm on Alpha 4. From my perspective, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, and Alpha 3 were undone by my D-mails. But for Kurisu and everyone else on Alpha 4, those world lines were nothing but separate, intangible possibilities to begin with. I guess I have to explain everything again. He should just have like a little piece of paper and be like, just read this. I don't want to have to do it again. Here's a pamphlet. I sigh heavily, then begin.
おおむね把握した。
After I'm done, Kurisu sighs and lightly pats my arm.
あんまり無茶しないで。
常習に励まされるとは屈辱だな。
なんで屈辱なのよ。せっかく優しくしてやったのに。ほんといちいち偉そうだな、あんた。
同情などいらない。すべては俺の軽率な行動が起こしたことだ。自業自得なんだ。って常習にこの話をするのはかれこれ4回目か5回目くらいだが、毎回こうやって自虐的になるな。
岡部、
俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしてくれ。おそらくマユリは明日死ぬ。どんな死に方かはわからない。
If Mayuri stays away from the lab, she can probably avoid running into Moeka and her men. It doesn't matter, though. She'll die all the same. All Alpha world lines converge on her death. Escaping the attractor field is the only way to save her.
お前には悪いと思うが、明日マユリの死を見届けてほしい。
Jesus, what a thing to ask.
だからコミマに行けって言ったのか？
死は回避できない。抵抗は無駄だ。お前は見届けて俺に連絡するだけでいい。
Oh my gosh, it's so sad he's just accepted it at this point.
お前からの連絡が来たらタイムリープする。
マユリが死ぬのが分かっていながら何もできないなんて全然実感が湧かないけど、事実なんでしょうね。あんたの目を見ればわかる。大丈夫？
大丈夫じゃない。マユリを助けるためにはまだ。
マユリのこともそうだけど、
Kurisu interrupts me.
私が聞いたのはあんたのこと。
俺がどうしたって？
あんまり気負いすぎないで。
It's rare for her to look so concerned for me.
言っただろ。俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしろと。 俺は明日、桐生萌香を探す。
If Mayuri doesn't die tomorrow, I can postpone the time leap. If Mayuri does die tomorrow, I'll return to the past no matter what.
できれば、マユリに痛い思いをさせたくないがな。
だったら今からタイムリープしちゃえばいい。
この世界線において、いつがデッドラインなのか。それを見極めておかないと、計画をうまく立てられないだろう。
こんなこと言うとなんだけど、私はマユリが死ぬところなんて見たくない。
気持ちはわかるが、頼めるのはお前しかいない。
随分信用されてるのね。
何しろお前は俺の助手だからな。
Kurisu forces a laugh at my feeble attempt at a joke.
偉そうに。
We have our plan. Kurisu will go to her first komima. Mayuri will be so delighted when I tell her the news. I haven't seen Mayuri all day. Oh, receiving mail. Let's take a look. Assistant. I've got 3 things to read here from Mayuri. I'm off. Morning, Okabe. I'm heading off now. Headed out. Joined up with Mayuri. We're heading out to Ariake. Kind of excited, lol. What a way to experience your first convention knowing that your friend's gonna die at the end of it. So many people. I had no idea it would be this crowded. Save me, Ors. Moeka hasn't replied, which means I have to find her myself. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about her. My only clue is Arc Rewrite, the company Moeka supposedly worked at. I find it after a quick search online. Sure enough, their business is producing articles for PC magazines. Luckily, their office is in Akiba. I try calling first, but it goes to voicemail. I guess they're still closed for the Obon holiday. Or maybe it's just a bad time? Looks like I've got no choice but to visit them in person. It's the second day of Komima and Akiba is deserted. Most of the otaku are lined up at Big Sight right now. I've experienced the craze of Komima several times firsthand. It's a literal war. It scares me whenever Mayuri goes alone. I can't help but imagine her trampled by a horde of crazed otaku. But in reality, Mayuri's surprisingly quick and tough. I've seen her weave through crowds like you wouldn't believe. Kurisu's the one more likely to get trampled. I can't help but feel sorry for her. Maybe it was wrong to ask her to go. I find the Arc Rewrite office in a fancy-looking building on the outskirts of Akiba. I take the elevator up, but there's nobody there. I lean against the wall and wait. After about 30 minutes, a man dressed in a shirt and tie appears. I explain that I'm a relative of Mayuri-and and ask for her contact info. But he gives me an unexpected answer.
そんな名前のバイトはうちにはいないな。
Also, I would be concerned if someone just went to your place of employment and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a relative. Can I get her contact info?" Like, no. Any good boss or, coworker would not do that.
いない?
Damn, I've been tricked. I should have known better. Moeka's is working for SERN. Of course her place of employment is fake. Is this the end of the line? Just as I'm about to turn around and leave, the man pounds his hand as if he remembered something.
いや待った。確か2日だけ来て音信不通になったバイトの女がいたな。そいつが桐生って名前だったような。まだ履歴書残ってたかな。
Oh my gosh, you are? Oh. I guess this is just a level of trust in Japan? I don't know, like this would be so sketchy if you could just walk into someone's workplace and ask for their contact info and they give it to you. I frantically bow my head and ask him to look for it. He's reluctant, but acquiesces. The address listed on the resume. Oh my god, I even gave her address. Oh, that's terrifying. I'm just thinking, like, as, especially as a woman, the idea of, like, someone coming into my place of employment and asking for my contact information, they give my literal address, makes my heart drop. The address listed on the resume leads me to a beat-up old apartment. Not the sort of place you'd expect a single young woman to live. I feel a strange unease as I approach the apartment. For some reason, there's a police car parked in front of the complex. Ooh, a uniformed officer standing up front. Is she dead, maybe? In one room on the second floor, room 202, Moeka's, has a blue sheet covering the door. What's going on here? I walk up to the police officer.
すいません。あそこの部屋の人は引っ越したんですか？
あ？違うよ。
じゃあ、
君、関係者？
知り合いです。
何も聞いてないの？
The police officer looks uncomfortable. The bad feeling in my gut is getting worse.
何が起きたんですか？
自殺だよ。
Oh. Oh, like Suzaha. Suicide? But why?
それはいつ？
昨日だ。
そんな。
ご遺体は近くの千代田第三病院に運ばれてるはずだから。身寄りが誰もいないみたいでね、困ってたんだ。会いに行ってやってくれないかな。
I bow my thanks and leave. She's dead? Is that a thing police officers do too? Like, without getting any information, they just tell people straight up, like, information about, something that's happened? That just seems weird too. What's going on? It doesn't make sense. Suicide? Moeka, who killed Mayuri in cold blood, committed suicide? Or is this part of the conspiracy? That was my thought, like, I gotta see the body to confirm. Could her own men have killed her, then made it look like a suicide? Today is the 16th. On World Line Alpha 1, Moeka raided the lab on the 13th. 3 days have passed since then. Each time I change world lines, Mayuri's death gets pushed back one day. So does Moeka's raid. It hasn't happened yet on this world line. So why did she die? I don't get it. This is the first time this has happened. How should I deal with this? What should I do? I squat on the ground and cradle my head in confusion. If Moeka's dead, maybe Mayuri doesn't have to die. No, I don't think convergence is that kind. Well, last time with Luka, she seemed to die of like a heart attack or something. Fate demands Mayuri's death. Whenever I try to stop it, something interferes. True, I'm the one who meddled with the timeline, but haven't I paid the price already? How did all this happen? A few weeks ago, I was just a college student with a severe case of chunibyo. Still feel like I'm not saying that word right. Save for Mayuri's grandmother, I had never experienced the death of anyone close to me. Death had no place in my life. But how many times have I faced death these past 3 days? More when you count the loops I've made. My heart can't take it anymore. I don't know how much longer I can go on. Just one more D-mail to cancel. If I can just get my hand on Moeka's phone.
タイムリープだ。
Moeka died yesterday around noon. I can go back to before that happened. The reason she died isn't important. Whether Mayuri's murderer kills herself is of no concern to me. I just need to cancel that D-mail. Upon returning to the lab, I casually look up at the second floor window, and what I see shocks me to my core. Oh!
放電現象。
Someone is using the time leap machine. Who? Mayuri and Daru should be at Komima. Not even Kurisu should be here. I asked her to escort Mayuri yesterday. Besides, she's against changing the past. So who? The building shakes. The vibration reaches the street. I can't let this happen. The timeline mustn't be tampered with again. Only I can do that. I need to stop it now. I race up the stairs to the lab. By the time I get there, the shaking has stopped. I quietly peek into the development room. Nobody's there. The door was unlocked. Anyone could have walked right in. How could we be so careless? A lot of trust, apparently, is just like between employees, giving random people information and cops telling them, like, confidential information and doors being unlocked. I'm just like, my goodness. The time leap machine is still fairly warm. So somebody did use it. Who? Did they time leap? This is the first time someone else has used the time leap machine. Just to make sure, I check the X68000. As expected, the history's been erased. The same thing happens when we send a D-mail. There's nothing I can do about this. It worries me, but I have to focus on Moeka. I set up the time leap machine. The maximum leap is 48 hours. To leap more than that, you need to leap 48 hours and then time leap again. The 42-inch CRT is on downstairs. That's plain as day since the discharge phenomenon just occurred. I put on the headgear. Preparations complete. Should I really leap now? Oh, we got a choice to make. Hold up. Let's do a save. Let's see what happens when I don't. Don't be ridiculous. Of course I should. Just a little more and I can save Mayuri once and for all. I know what will happen if I don't leap now. Mayuri will die, and I will taste that pain and despair once again. And then I will leap. It's the same either way. I close my phone. There's no need to rush. Calm down. I can endure the pain if need be. I should exploit my one advantage, the time leap machine, to the fullest extent possible, and that means knowing exactly when Mayuri will die. The pattern suggests that Mayuri's death should happen around 7 or 8 tonight. But things are a little different this time. Moeka killed herself before Mayuri was scheduled to die. How much influence will that have on convergence? There's a chance Mayuri won't die. We might already have won. We have not, I bet. In that case, I shouldn't waste my effort time leaping. I have no obligation to save Moeka. I'll wait until Kurisu contacts me. It's 12:30 now. There's still about 7 hours left. I hear nothing but the slow, steady tick of the clock. The sound is echoing inside my head. Even if I plug my ears, it doesn't stop. I spend several hours searching for the IBN 5100, but as expected, I found nothing. I still can't imagine how Moeka's D-mail affected the computer's whereabouts. What does her phone model have to do with anything? You know, she said, you didn't actually see the D-mail. She could have sent about the phone. Also, you know, information about the IBN 5100. Does keeping the same phone somehow tell her that there's an IBN 5100 at Yanabayashi Shrine? That doesn't make sense. Even the butterfly effect must have limits. But on the other hand, truth is often stranger than fiction. Sometimes the simplest things can have consequences no one could ever imagine. So I can't rule it out entirely either.
結局、何もわからないということか。
I twist my lips into a sneer of self-mockery. It's 7:46 p.m., the moment of truth. If Mayuri is indeed fated to die today, I should be hearing from Kurisu soon. I hope nothing happens. All that I ask is to hear Mayuri's voice, to know once and for all that she's safe. Another thing, hold up. I just choose not to answer the phone. An artificial melody cuts through the silence of the lab. My phone is ringing. I don't need to answer it. There's only one thing that can mean. Mayuri's dead. For all my wishful thinking, I never doubted this was going to happen. There's no need to confirm what I already know. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the phone though, just to... Well, I'm glad that I saved right beforehand because I hit a button on my keyboard and everything got screwed up, so we'll just skip this. Just as I thought, Mayuri is doomed to die on this world line. Silently, I apologize to Kurisu for forcing her to watch it happen. Alright, now let's go back and see what happens if I do answer the phone, because I want to know exactly what happened. I love how he's like, call me, and then she calls, and then he's like, I'm not going to answer it, though.
もしもし。
Okabe!
Kurisu is sobbing. So I know, even without asking. She saw Mayuri die. Damn, she's more emotional about it than Daru was. And she's only known Mayuri like a couple of weeks.
なくて全然返事もしないし。マユリ岡部、私どうしたらいいのか助けて。マユリが死んじゃった。
すまなかった。
With that, I hang up the phone. Poor Kurisu. Maybe it's because I didn't see it happen, or maybe my heart has simply grown numb. Like, here is Kurisu trying to comfort you when you're upset, and then she's like sobbing at you, and you're just like, that sucks. Click. But this time, I don't feel much pain. I hate myself for it. I pound my fist against the table. As expected, the deadline is around 8 p.m. on the 16th. Unless I change the world line before the time limit, Mayuri will die. I put on the headgear and activate the time leap machine. So that part there, like before when he was saying, like, I should time leap now, there's no reason not to. I'm guessing that this is all just an extra scene that I wouldn't have gotten if I had just time leaped right away. I must obtain Moeka's phone no matter what it takes. Okay, alright, this time I'll do it. I'll do it this time. I make several consecutive leaps to travel back to the 11th. When I arrive, it's just past 8 p.m.
出かけてくれ。
I leave the lab without waiting for the others to respond. I head to Moeka's ratty apartment. There's no sign of the police this time. Moeka's suicide won't happen for another 4 days. I run up the iron stairs and stand in front of the door to Unit 202. The lights aren't on inside. I start getting anxious. Maybe she's not here. There's no intercom, so I reluctantly knock on the door. No reply. I try again with the same result. Damn, might as well try the doorknob after I answer this mail. Mayuri, are you coming back to the lab today? I don't know, but don't worry, you don't have to worry about anything. It's unlocked. I take a deep breath. This could be a trap. Remember, we're not dealing with an ordinary person. Moeka's a rounder, an agent of SERN. If I die here, what will happen to Mayuri? Will Kurisu or Daru use the time leap machine to save her? I need to be careful. But at the same time, I can't save Mayuri by doing nothing. So I steel myself, open the door, and peek inside. The apartment is dark, too dark to see. But I feel someone's presence. I step inside. The apartment is practically empty. Minimal furnishings. Only the barest necessities of life. But there, by the window, is a figure in the moonlight. A woman is sitting on the floor, her head bowed. There's no one else here. I approach the woman and stare down at her, gritting my teeth in a desperate effort to maintain control. Ever since the first time she killed Mayuri, I've tried my best to avoid thinking about this woman. But now, I have no choice. I can't accomplish my goal until I have the answers I need from her. I must obtain the IBN 5100 to escape the Alpha Attractor Field and rescue Mayuri.
Kiryu Moeka.
I had another name for her once. It hurts to remember. I force it to the back of my mind.
起きているか?
Moeka's fingers twitch. She sluggishly lifts her head. But she doesn't look up. She stares at my feet and said, I wouldn't be surprised if this girl is secretly a robot. She finally speaks in a frail voice. Moeka has always had trouble speaking, but it seems especially severe today. I notice her hair and clothes are disheveled. She looks awful, though I suppose that's no surprise, given that she kills herself in 4 days.
FB.
Oh yes, FB! I need to know who this FB is, also.
FB?
I've heard that name before. Maybe that's why she kills herself as FB, like cut her off or isn't speaking to her and she gets distraught. If I'm not mistaken, that's her superior's code name.
なんで連絡くれないの？私言われた通りにやっ
The phone in Moeka's hands glows faintly. She's still clinging to it, I see.
私の何がいけなかった？直すよ。直すから見捨てないで。FB のためなら何でもする。返事をしてよ。答えてよ。私に指示を出して、私はそれに従う。命令して。命令。
Yeah, I remember all that stuff that he was saying before about how he had no mercy for Moeka. I could see that faltering. I'm at a loss for words. I wasn't expecting to find her in such a miserable state. She was so cold, so calm when she killed Mayuri. It's like she's a different person now. Is this another effect of the world line change? But it's only been a week since she sent her D-mail. How could she have changed so much? Maybe it's because of him interfering and he keeps putting off the timeline for killing Mayuri and getting the IBN 5100, and that's why she's like, it's not happening, so she is trying to fix that. I get on my knees and shake Moeka by the shoulders.
Oi! 聞こえるか? Oi!
FB 連絡をちょうだいよ。
桐生萌か? Oi! 俺だ! Okabeだ!
No response. Moeka just keeps crying and mumbling to herself. I shake harder, but she doesn't react. She doesn't even resist. Looking down, I notice she's typing rapidly on her phone. Bewildered, I look at the screen. FB, 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 FB.
お前...
What happened to Moeka? From what little I understood, it sounds like she lost contact with her supervisor, FB. But I don't understand how that could turn Moeka into such a wreck. It doesn't matter. I don't care what happens to her. I'm here for one thing. Recalling my purpose, I reach for Moeka's phone. A sharp crack echoes through the room. Moeka slapped my hand away. It didn't hurt, but her reaction was lightning quick. Now Moeka curls up into a ball, hugging the phone tightly to her chest. It was like this from the moment I met her. She never let go of her phone, not even for a second, as if it was the only thing keeping her alive.
メールが
FB とかいうやつからか。
メールが
I make several more attempts to take her phone while she babbles incoherently, but she just slaps my hand away each time. Dude, I'm pretty sure you can overpower her. Like, I know she's around her, but come on. Like, next, I try persuasion. I promise to help her search for FB if she lends me her phone. It's a lie, of course, though come to think of it, I would like a piece of FB too. But that can wait until after I've saved Mayuri. Moeka doesn't buy it, if that is, she heard me at all. Damn it, we're not getting anywhere. Maybe I should take it from her by force. But what if she tries to kill me before I send the D-mail? In her current state, she might not have the strength to retaliate. On the other hand, if she does retaliate, there's not much I can do against someone with a gun. What should I do? Her gun. Where would she keep it? I quickly scan the room, but there's no sign of it. Crap, that startled me. Alright, another thing, let's save. You know what, I'm gonna answer it, because I'm not getting anywhere with her, so... I know it's rude to take a phone call while you're talking to someone, but she's not really responding. I stand up and move to the entrance, where I can take the call without letting Moeka out of my sight.
今どこよ？
悪いが取り込み中だ。
女なの？
Someone's jealous.
お前の発想は実にスイーツかっこ笑いだな。
うるさいな。電話レンジの改良手伝うって約束したでしょ。よくそれでラボ弁ナンバー001を名乗れるな。
誰に頼んでくれ。 今日はそれどころじゃない。
一体何してんのよ。そこどこ？
桐生萌香のアパートにいる。
やっぱり女か。最低だな。
Has she not met Moeka on this world line? I quickly give Kurisu a simplified version of the usual explanation. Kurisu listens attentively, as she always does. Maybe she's more considerate than I give her credit for. As soon as I finish, Kurisu gives it to me straight.
強引に奪うしかないわね。
過激だな。ハリウッド映画の見過ぎか。
相手はセルンの関係者よ。遠慮してたらこっちがやられるかもしれない。迷ってる場合じゃないでしょ。それでマユリを救えるんだから。あんたはヒョロヒョロで頼りなさそうだけど、さすがに今なら相対的に考えて勝てるはず。
Gee, thanks. At least she's not beating around the bush. Suddenly, she lowers her voice.
こんなこと言うと人格疑われそうだけど。いや、あんたに人格疑われたってどうでもいいけど、殺してでも奪い取るべきよ。
今、お前の人格を疑った。だが、偽善ぶらないところは好きだぞ、クリスティーナ。
好きってちょっと。
What's the matter with her now?
事実を言ったまでだ。俺なんかよりもよっぽど潔い。
どうも。
で、意図を聞かせてくれ。殺すこともやむなしと考える理由がお前の中にある。そうだろ。
よかった。それなりに冷静ね。あんたの話が本当か嘘かは定義できない。アトラクタフィールド理論っていう式を私はまだ完全には理解してないし、それでもあんたの説明をもとに考えると、桐生って人が4日後に自殺するなら、彼女には死亡フラグが立っているっていう推論が成り立つ。世界が彼女の死を承認したっていうところね。
Like Mayuri's death.
因果が収束するなら、これまでの世界線では仮にあんたが彼女を殺そうとしても何らかの邪魔が入ってできなかったはず。あるいは殺した瞬間に世界線が大きく変わっていた。でもこの世界線でだけ考えるなら、彼女は近いうちに死ぬ。あんたはこれまでに何度もマユリの死を見てきたからわかるはず。重要なのは死んだという結果だけであって、過程はどうでもいいらしいってことをね。それと同じで、桐生って人の死に方は問わないと思う。
Damn. Alright, alright. I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, maybe she is wrong. I don't know nothing about time travel and how it affects the past, but in other words, I can kill her instead of letting her commit suicide.
死が決まっているから殺しても構わないか。まるで殺人犯ばりの論旨展開だな。
偽善ぶるな。私は今人としての倫理を捨てて話してんのよ。岡部も付き合いなさい。
Or you just be nearby when she's commit suicide and then take her phone from her after she's dead, and that way you don't have the murder on your hands. She's unforgiving as always, but it actually feels nice to speak frankly like this.
だが法律はどうする？世界がそれを許しても社会は許さない。
Just gotta go back in time. It's like it never happened.
タイムリープマシンがある限り、相手を殺しても時間を遡れば全てなかったことにできる。岡部は誰も殺さずに必要な情報だけを入手したっていう結果だけが残るわけ。
把握した。
ただこれだけは覚えておいて。全ては自己責任よ。これだけ好き放題言ってる私はかなり無責任だけど。
問題ない。実にマッドサイエンティスト的な意見だった。
さっさと片をつけなさい。じゃあね。
She hangs up without another word. Strangely, I find Kurisu's harsh tone encouraging.
お前は司令官かよ。
I manage to smirk as I close my phone. Moeka's still sitting on the floor. Kill her if you have to, Kurisu said. Moeka did the same to us. She doesn't deserve mercy. Kill her or let her live. It's my choice, my responsibility. Oh, how crazy would that be if I actually do have the choice to do it or not? Even after I undo the murder, the memory of my crime will remain with me. That sin, that guilt, I'll have to carry that weight. I mustn't ever forget. That's what Kurisu meant when she spoke of responsibility. Murder is unforgivable, no matter the circumstances. Can you understand that, Kiryu Moeka? I reach for Moeka's phone. This time, there's no hesitation. Moeka resists. I grab her slender hand and pin it to the window. Interesting place for them to have the camera. The glass rattles from the force, but thankfully doesn't break. With my other hand, I pry the phone away from Moeka's chest. She drives her foot straight into my solar plexus. The breath explodes from my lungs. I gasp for air. In a fit of anger, I raise my hand to strike. But at the last moment, I hesitate. Damn, what happened to killing her if I have to— Oh, Okabe, you're not a killer. I know we're past the point of playing nice, but I've never hit a girl in my life. I don't consider myself a model gentleman or anything, but the idea that men aren't supposed to hit women is such a strong part of my common sense that it stayed my hand almost like instinct. So instead, I wrap my hand around Moeka's neck. I love it! Striking a woman bad, choking fine. So instead, I wrap my hand around Moeka's neck and squeeze. When she tries to kick me again, I pin her legs under my own. I squeeze harder. My fingers dig into her throat. The difference being, the chance of you killing someone when choking them is much, much higher than you smacking them. She struggles for breath. Damn! Alright, I wasn't expecting this, but I feel her throat moving as she gasps. I can see him at the last minute, like, letting go. Because he's like, I don't want to kill anybody. I can finally see my reflection in her tear-reddened eyes.
やっと俺を見たな。
Moeka is under control, but now I don't have a free hand to take her phone. If I loosen my grip on her throat even slightly, it'll turn into a struggle again. Moeka's hiding her phone behind her back now. I need that phone. Should I let go of her hand or her neck?
携帯をよこせ。
Moeka weakly shakes her head.
出ないと殺せ。
I wonder if I even can. I can undo it with a time leap machine. It'll be the perfect crime, one that never even happened. But still, do I really have it in me to murder someone? I don't know, but I have to try.
渡さないと殺すぞ。
No words leave Moeka's lips, just rough breathing. Stalemate. Neither of us show the other any openings. We're practically motionless, but our breathing is ragged. It's taking all my strength just to pin her down. Our rough breathing echoes through the room. For a moment, it even seems to synchronize. This is getting me nowhere. I remove my hand from her neck, then use my entire left arm to pin her against the wall in a guillotine choke. She starts groaning in pain. My right hand has her left hand up against the glass. Now I pull her hand down and transfer it to the grip of my left hand. Now my right hand is free. I slide it behind her back and go searching for her phone. I have to lean in close to do this, so I press my body up against hers. Pain explodes in my jaw. I lean back. Moeka's readying another headbutt. I put more strength into the guillotine choke to stop her. Moeka's face twists in pain as she struggles to escape my grasp. My guillotine choke seems to be working. She doesn't have the strength to resist. If I push any harder, she really might die. I push harder, okay. Moeka writhes in pain. Tears fall from her eyes and drool from her mouth. As her resistance weakens, my right hand finds Moeka's phone. She still has it in a tight grip, but I manage to tear it away. I quickly release Moeka and step away. She bends over and coughs violently, but still she reaches out to me with tears in her eyes. She wants her phone back. I don't care. I look at the screen. It shows an email draft with a string of FBs entered. I clear the text and start typing a new mail. But her phone's different from mine, so I don't quite know how to use it. Let's see. Startled, I look up to see Moeka staggering to her feet. I would have like taken off as soon as I got her phone. She's like a goddamn zombie. I quickly run outside and close the door behind me. Then I lean my entire body weight onto it so she can't open it from the inside. The doorknob rattles as she tries to open the door. Then she starts pounding on the inside. It's a good thing doors in Japan open out. You wouldn't see this in a Hollywood movie. Anyway, I have her phone. Now I just need to pretend to be Moeka and send the cancellation email. Moeka's changes to the past will be cancelled. The world line will change. The IBN 5100 will come back to me. And then we'll hack into CERN. Mission complete. Fate won't have Mayuri this time. Victory will be mine.
はい、ナキセ。
D メールの設定を頼む。
変な音が聞こえるけど。
少しばかり。
殺さなかったのね。Good job.
I tell her Moeka's address.
マユリは
まだいる。ブラウン管工房で店長さんと話してる。42型ブラウン管をつけさせておくためにね。
話してないだろうな。
あの子が死ぬこと？言えるわけない。
だったらいい。
I would be like, do our neighbors not hear any of this? I'd be concerned that the neighbors might step out to see what all that noise is. I put my phone down and resume typing into Moeka's phone. A middle-aged lady comes out of the apartment next door. Exactly. Our eyes meet, so I put on a forced smile. The lady grins mockingly before going back inside. Okay. Alright. I wonder what she was thinking. Maybe she thought it was a lover's quarrel. That's the bystander effect right there. Be like, that looks sus. But I'm not going to do anything about it, because I don't want to get involved. In the mail I write, model change, do it now, before sold out. Moeka's email said, don't change models. The desire for limited edition, hard-to-find products is hard-coded into Japanese DNA. Appealing to that instinct should work. The insistent pounding on the door grows louder. And now I hear groaning from the other side. I can't believe how persistent she is. Is her phone really that important to her? But I've already won. All I have to do is send the D-mail. I'll never forgive you, Moeka, but at least our relationship ends here. Let this be the last time we meet. I raise the phone to eye level. I take a deep breath. It ends now. I press send. Oh, nothing's happening. No vertigo, no dizziness, nothing. Reading Steiner didn't activate.
なんでだよ。
Why didn't the world line change? Did the phone wave fail to function? I bring my own phone back to my ear. Kurisu is still on the line.
どうだ。
送ったの？
送った。ちゃんと動作したのか。
こっちはちゃんと放電現象を確認した。
正常に動作したんだな。
間違いなくね。
世界線が変わらない。
失敗した。原因は？
Consider the possibilities.
メールの文面では機種変をやめようとする萌えかを説得できなかったか。
送り先の日付を間違えた可能性は
？7月31日。それは間違いない。
桐生って人が最初に送った D メールの着信時間を調べるべき。それより先か後かで受け取った側の印象はだいぶ変わる。
Yeah, also let's go into her phone and see who she's sending emails and texts to. That might be some important information.
めんどくさいな。
The pounding on the door has ceased. Did she finally give up? No, she wouldn't give up. She's probably going through a window in the back or something. Does she plan to climb out a window and loop around? But we're on the second floor. That would be quite a feat. I should still have some time left.
何パターンかいろんな文章を送ってみて。それで効果が出ないようならこっちでタイマーを微調整する。
I would have just like I would be running at this point. I'd be trying to get away from here.
助かる。そっちの様子はミスター・ブラウンが乗り込んできてないか？
今下から怒鳴り声が聞こえてる。きっと橋田と真由里が必死でなだめてるはずだけど、いつまで持つか。あまり余裕はないと思って。
I put my phone into my pocket without hanging up. I change the message and send another D-mail. But still, nothing happens. I make another one. Send. No good. Why? What am I doing wrong? I'd like to ask Moeka, but if I go back inside now, she'll probably just attack me. Which reminds me, she's been awfully quiet. What is she doing now? She might be shooting a gun at the door soon. Maybe she really did go out the window. I look around. I don't see her anywhere. Think, why didn't the D-mail work? I wipe the sweat from my brow. My entire body is soaked. It must be the adrenaline. What if Moeka changed addresses when she got a new phone? I take out my phone.
聞こえるか？
まだ問題が？
2回送り直したが効果なしだ。
I frantically consider my options as I stare hard at Moeka's phone. The walkway is dim, but Moeka's gaudy purple phone shines in the faint light.
Huh?
Wait. Yeah, exactly. You went on the assumption that that's what the D-mail that she sent was about her phone. It was totally about the IBN and about the time leap machine. There's something wrong here. What is it?
Okabe? どうしたの?
Gaudy purple. Latest model. Removable LCD screen. Model number GG01. My eyes tell me there's nothing wrong. I saw this phone when Moeka sent her D-mail, and many times before, she was never without it. It's the same. Nothing has changed.
何も変わっていないだと？
何？何の？
Why hasn't it changed? Why is it the same as before Moeka sent her D-mail? Moeka's D-mail said, don't change models. She should have had a different phone when she sent it. But she didn't. It was the same phone I'm holding right now. There's only one explanation. She never changed models to begin with.
あの女、まさか。
She lied to me. Moeka's D-mail wasn't about her phone. That explains how it affected the IBN 5100. It also explains why my cancellation D-mails aren't working.
ふざけた真似を!
The door violently shakes behind my back. It's much stronger than before. She must be ramming something hard and heavy against the door. I quickly move away from the door. Run, you fool, run! Like, go! The door shakes again. I can see the frame starting to warp.
異常だろ。
I suppose I should be thankful if she doesn't have a gun, but honestly, this is terrifying enough. It chills my blood to think of what her face must look like now. And yet you're standing there. Go, go, go. I've never been the target of such single-minded obsession before. But unfortunately, I can't run away. Ah, I need to face Moeka again and wring the information out of her. And once again, other than that old woman, nobody's come out to see what's going on here. I guess it's kind of like a crummy apartment complex, but still, you think someone would, see what's going on. Both Barris and Luka remember their D-mails. With prodding, Moeka will remember too. I need that information. Crap. I don't want to go in there. My teeth are chattering. This is pathetic. Put on your Hoin Kyoman and go. I thought I'd won when I snatched her phone. But now my advantage is gone.
Okabe? Okabe! 返事しろ!
クリスティーナ。
音、すごいけど、大丈夫なの？
どうやらモエカの送った D メールは機種変更に関することじゃなかったらしい。
どういうことよ？
おそらくあの女は送る直前で内容を差し替えたんだ。俺が何をやっても世界線が変わらないのはそのせいだ。
着信履歴はそこに残ってるかもしれない。
着信履歴？
Of course, even if it's not in her send history, it should still be in the arrival history. I glare at the purple phone in my hand. It's a good thing Moeka didn't change phones. Now I know exactly where the D-mail went.
うっかりしていた。調べてみる。
For a second there, I thought it would be easy. I should have known better. Moeka's not a casual phone user. Her mailbox is literally hundreds of entries over the last week, almost all from FB. Some of my mails are sprinkled in. I don't have time to search through each of these mails, even just the subject lines. Not to mention the pounding on the door is freaking me out.
クリスティーナ、少し手こずりそうだ。もし俺が失敗したら、あとは頼む。
バカも休み言いなさい。状況によっては逃げることも大事。
I hang up. The lady next door comes out again, alarmed by the escalating noise. She glares at me. But when she sees the magnitude of the door's damage, the lady opens her eyes in shock and runs back inside. I'm not leaning against the door anymore. Moeka could just open it, but she hasn't realized that. She's so fixated on getting her phone back, she'd destroy her own door. Okay. I guess I was a little harsh when I say that people, you know, like, I'm not saying that people should step in and see what's going on, but maybe, like, I'm surprised people are even just poking their head out or calling the cops to see what's going on. Like, in any case, I don't have time to check her mail history. I put the phones into my pocket and moved to the side of the door. I carefully grip the doorknob and wait for the interval between bangs. Now. I yank the door open. A coffee table flies out and smashes into the walkway railing.
Okabe!
Her screech raises hairs all over my body. She's standing in the entrance like a revenant at the gates of hell. I step back. My knees tremble. But then I remember what I'm here to do. I gather my resolve, enter the room, and close the door behind me. Hey, so you want to forget all that stuff I just did to you and let's talk it out, maybe? Or at least I try. The door is bent and won't fully close. I give up on locking it. Moeka glares at me, shaking with fury. First, I have to restrain her again. This is a woman who would kill on command, who would break her own door down just to retrieve her phone. It's too dangerous to let her be. I'm stronger. I just need to get her on the ground. There's no time. It's now or never. Crushing my fear, I charge Moeka at full speed. Our bodies collide. Moeka tries to twist away, but I grab her clothes and use my momentum to push her to the floor. The back of her head hits the floor. Her resistance weakens. She doesn't know how to break a fall. Some secret agent. I quickly straddle her waist. Now she's mine. This is when the cops show up and this looks gonna look real bad. Moeka flails her arms and legs wildly. I should have known she wouldn't give up. Her fist strikes my jaw. Fortunately, Moeka's weak. The blow does little damage. I still need to stop her from struggling. First, her hands. I start with her left. I grab her wrist and pin it to the floor. A fist flies towards my face. It pops against my left eye, blanking my vision for a second. She seems to stop struggling for a moment. Her hand claws weakly at the air. But it turns out she was reaching for my hair. She grabs it hard. I feel several strands tear free of my scalp. I get a grip on Moeka's face and press her head against the floor. She tries to bite my finger, so I pull my hand back. I grab the hand that's grabbing my hair and dig my nails into her wrist. Like, this has gotta sound bad from the neighbor's perspective. It definitely sounds like a couple fighting, like, quite violently. But she still doesn't let go of my hair. All the while, her feet are pounding against my back. She's also trying to free her left hand. I can't take much more of this. I instinctively headbutt Moeka with all my strength. Well, there goes his, not wanting to hit a woman. I understand why, though. This is life or death right now, potentially. The sickening sound of bone against bone echoes inside my head. The impact makes me dizzy too, but I fight it. Moeka goes limp. An opening, finally. I succeed at pinning down both her hands. Her glasses fell off at some point during the struggle. Her red, swollen eyes give her an even more demented look. There's an angry bump on her forehead where I headbutted her.
痛えだろうが。
Oh boy. She spits at me. The lukewarm saliva hits my face. Ugh. I want to wipe it off, but my hands are full. Moeka glares at me. There are tears in her eyes, perhaps from the pain.
今日はよく目が合うな。
Moeka breaks eye contact when I mention it. She stares at my pocket. She must have caught a glimpse of purple.
返さねえよ。
I smile scornfully.
お前を携帯へ逃がすつもりはない。そんな権利をお前には与えない。
返してよ。
力ずくで奪い返してみろ。
Moeka tries again to free her hand. I lean in harder to keep them pinned. My strength and position are superior, so Moeka accomplishes nothing. Next, she struggles to free her body. Same result. I clamp my thighs firmly around her hips and hold her down. She occasionally knees me in the back, but I can bear that pain. It's not enough to make me forfeit the position.
このまま何時間でも付き合ってやる。どっちが先に体力が尽きると思う？
Moeka, without a doubt. I don't do sports or anything, so I'm not that strong. But I'm on top. I don't need to expend much energy to keep her pinned.
奪うわ。返せよ。
Damn, it's weird seeing Moeka have this much emotion. From this point of view, if you're looking from the outside, Rantaro looks like the villain in this perspective. Like, this looks real bad on his part. She can scream and spit all she likes. Nothing will make me give up this position.
お前が携帯依存だろうが FB から見捨てられようが知ったことじゃない。
Moeka shakes her head violently. She's just wasting her energy. I maintain position and stare down at Moeka.
この世界線ではお前が直接手をかけるわけじゃないし、これまでお前がマユリに対してやったことはすでに、だがそんなの俺からしてみれば知ったことじゃないんだ。なかったことを俺は全部覚えている。だからお前への憎しみは消えてないんだ。お前がマユリを殺した事実は俺の中に刻まれてるんだよ。今日はお前を逃がさないからな。きっちり向き合ってやる。
Until now, I've always run away from facing Moeka. But I can't do that on this world line. I have to know what her D-mail said.
腹を割って話そうじゃないか。
Moeka is still struggling.
返せ。返してよ。あんなの殺すぞ。ぶち殺してやる。今すぐ手を離す。お前の目玉をくり抜いて
Wow.
踏み潰してやりたい。
Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna make him want to let go of you.
携帯などなくてもちゃんと話せるではないか。え？
たまれ、クズが。お前の写真をズタズタになるまで包丁で切り刻んでやる。
切り刻むのはマッドサイエンティストのお箱だ。
死ね。
This woman's out of control. Well, this is not gonna look bad, or this is not gonna look good if someone does come in and see him on top of her like this. Does she want another headbutt that badly? Yeah, I mean, eventually we should have known that was gonna happen, right? Like I was saying, like, eventually someone's gonna have to come and see what's going on. A knock sounds from the door. Moeka and I both look at the door in surprise.
ねえ、隣の西田だけど、大丈夫？警察呼んだ方がいいかしら？必要ないならせめてもっと静かにしてくんない？このアパート、声が響くのよ。
Damn, I didn't think about that, really. That's all I could think about. I can't have her calling the police. Moeka suddenly screams. You bitch. What now? I need to silence Moeka somehow. But I can't use either hand. There's only one way. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna kiss her? Oh, yep, I suddenly press my lips against Moeka's. Just gonna bite your fucking tongue off, my dude. My loveless kiss shuts her up quite effectively. I lock eyes with her as well, trading glares inside. This would be sad if this was his first kiss.
まったく最近の若い子は。
I finally hear the neighbor's footsteps recede. Really, if I was the neighbor, would I really be like kids these days? I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go call the cops. Especially after hearing all that banging and all. Yeah, yeah. Just to know, like, I couldn't not, even if it was them, you know, just a lover's quarrel or playing around. My conscience would not let me be like, all right, not my business. I'll just walk away and pretend that didn't happen. In this case, it's good, but most of the time, not so much. What a relief. Yeah, of course she's gonna cut your tongue, dude. I feel a sharp pain on my lip. I instinctively jerk away. Blood drips from my mouth and lands on Moeka's neck. She bit me. When I feel around my lip with the tip of my tongue, the taste of blood spreads out from the laceration. Moeka breathes wildly as she glares at me with tearful eyes.
初々しい女ぶっているんじゃない。俺より年上のくせに。
She grimaces and looks away. Her pink lips glisten with saliva. I might find the sight alluring if the situation were different. Moeka turns her face away and looks up through the open curtains at the bright full moon outside the window. How much time has passed? It feels like it's already been dozens of hours, but it's still night outside, so it probably hasn't been more than 1 or 2. Moeka hasn't said a word since I kissed her. She hasn't tried to escape either. Her expression is blank. She's just staring off to the side. What is she looking at? I follow her gaze, but the only thing there is a half-empty bottle of water. Has she given up? Either way, I can't let my guard down. Maybe it's the stress, but I feel like my body is going numb, and I've been drenched in sweat for a while now. This room has no air conditioning whatsoever. The heat is starting to get to me. I thought I had an overwhelming advantage in this position, but it's harder to maintain than I expected. Not only do I have to keep Moeka pinned, I also have to keep a close eye on her so she doesn't try anything. All Moeka has to do is lie there. She can rest and try again whenever she's ready. Will this last all night? At this rate, my strength might give out first. Fear mounts. If she escapes, she's going to try and kill me. She must have her gun somewhere, I'm sure. I consider calling Kurisu for help, but I can't use either hand, and I don't even know what time it is. Damn, it's almost like I'm the one trapped. No, stay positive. You can do this. Moeka's dependent on her phone. That's her weak point. If I keep her separated from her phone, then sooner or later her will to resist should collapse. It's a matter of whose strength will fail first.
Okabe-kun.
Suddenly, Moeka calls my name.
どうしたら返してくれる？
Now she's trying to ask nicely. Does this mean she's given up? This is what I was waiting for. Now I move in for the kill.
お前は D メールを送ったことを覚えているか？
D 何？
D メール、過去へ送ることのできるメール。お前はそれを送った。お前機種変更に関する内容だと思っていたが、それは嘘だった。お前は俺たちの目をごまかしてこっそりメールの内容を入れ替えたんだ。
Her typing speed is lightning fast. It would have been easy for her to type a mere 36 characters while Daru and I were preoccupied with the phone wave, name subject to change.
その結果、世界線が変わった。お前は覚えていないか？
Normally, once the past changes, everything until that point is undone. But it should have been possible to make Moeka remember, just as Ferris and Luka did.
知らない。
知らないんじゃない。思い出していないだけなんだ。思い出せ。お前は思い出さなければならない。
Or else what? I don't know. This is just a tactic to put pressure on Moeka. I have another plan to make her remember. Moeka turns away again and bites her lip. Tears start falling from her eyes. I watch, never once taking my eyes off her. I didn't notice now, of course. You didn't notice? Like, this has been multiple times it's been staring at her chest. I didn't notice before now, but her shirt must have become undone during the struggle. I can see the alluring curves of her collarbone, the skin of her large pale breast, a hint of sexy underwear. Her breasts heave with each painful breath. The base of her neck is stained with the blood from my lip. It's dry like a scab. Normally, Moeka could be mistaken for an elegant, beautiful woman. But now she has large shadows under her eyes. Her skin is rough. Her face is pale. She looks more intoxicated than intoxicating. Her entire body reeks of death. She's clearly insane. This is the real Moeka. I wish I'd realized sooner.
本当に知らないの。思い出せるならそうするけど、わからないわ。一体何のことなのか。
Moeka's gaze shifts constantly, from me to the ceiling and then to the window. But her slow murmuring is evidence that she's almost beat. Just a little more and her resistance will end.
だったら質問を変える。2週間ほど前、お前は奇妙なメールを受け取ったはずだ。差出人はお前自身の携帯。しかもそのメールは数日後の未来から送信されていた。
Moeka's eyes open wide. Gotcha.
覚えがあるな。それがお前が送った D メールだ。内容を教えろ。
教えたら
携帯は返す。
クソ。
She suddenly curses at me.
内容は言えない。
なぜだ。
ラウンダーに関係する。
Her mission. I recall what Moeka told me on a previous world line. The Rounder's mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s. In that case, she probably said something about, like, IBN 5100 is at Yanabayashi Shrine, and she took it. But then, did she know it was at the shrine? I can't remember if Okabe said anything about that to her.
IBN 5100。
She fell into my trap. Her reflexive response was all I needed to see.
それに関することだな。
どこまで知っている？メールの内容。
質問をするのは俺だけだ。いいから答えろ。
言えない。FB を裏切ることに。
携帯よりも FB を選ぶのか。大した忠誠心だな。
But Mayuri's fate hangs in the balance. I can't give up. Moeka still hasn't calmed down. She's been opening and closing her hands for a while now. She's not trying to escape my restraint. She's just twisting her body, licking her lips, shaking her head, trying to brush the hair off of her face. It's like she's suffering from withdrawal without her phone. Soon she won't have the mental fortitude to resist. She won't talk now, and I'll just wait until she will.
携帯がないとそんなに苦痛か。なぜそこまで依存する？
会話まともにできなくて。
今はしているではないか。
And when she attacked the lab, she was leading a squad of hardened killers. But Moeka shakes her head violently.
メールまでできなくなったら、私は世界から断絶してしまう。
世界だと？孤独な女を気取っているつもりか。お前が恐れているのはラウンダーから見捨てられることだろう。
違う、ラウンダーじゃなくて FB から見捨てられること。
That's the same thing, isn't it?
だったら世界などと言うな。何の罪もない女の子を容赦なく殺した分際でマユリを世界から断絶させた分際で。
殺してない。
そう、この世界線ではな。だが別の世界線においてはお前はラウンダーとして俺たちのタイムマシンを奪おうとした。その時に殺したマユリを。
On the world line where I interrogated Moeka, she told me that Mayuri was expendable. It didn't matter to CERN whether she lived or died.
FB の指示なら殺したと思う。絶対に。
FB とは何者だ。一体どこにいる。
Once again, do we FB? Is it even a guy? We just assume it's a guy. It could be a woman. Might not be a person at all for all I know. I asked her the same question back then, but another rounder appeared before she could answer. Something tells me she won't have backup this time. Moeka's position in the rounders has changed.
言えない。
ならばいいことを教えてやる。いいか。お前は今俺に捕まっている状況だが、助けを期待しているのなら無駄だ。どうせ誰も助けに来ない。お前は絶望に打ちひしがれたまま4日後に自殺する。
Moeka seems startled by this. I go in for the kill.
俺は5日後から来た。セルンが欲しがるタイムマシンを使ってな。だから知っている。お前はこの部屋で一人孤独に自分を殺すんだ。お前の大好きな FB はお前を助けない。ラウンダーもセルンも300人委員会もだ。どれだけメールしても上司からの連絡はないんだろう。それはなぜだ。もう見捨てられているんだよ。
Oh, I was waiting for her to throw the expendable thing like Mayuri was expendable. It's like, you're expendable. Moeka's face contorts in despair. Once again, tears fall from her eyes. Guilt squeezes my heart. I know that I'm causing this woman pain. Inside of me, a voice whispers that it's nothing compared to what she did to Mayuri, that I have no reason to show mercy to a murderer. But at the same time, my conscience screams that it's wrong to hurt someone, no matter who they are or what they've done. Insane mad scientist, my ass. I'm afraid to hurt my mortal enemy. I'm nothing but a hypocrite.
FB をかばう必要はない。だから全て話せ。
I ignore the ache in my heart and push harder. But Moeka shakes her head violently.
FB は裏切らない。私を見捨てない。
だったらなぜお前は4日後に自殺すると思う？
お前が私を殺すのよ。自殺に見せかけて。
俺はそんなヘマはしない。俺ならお前を殺した後でタイムリープする。お前の死はなかったことにできる。
私は
FB から返事が来ないと言ってこの部屋で死んだような顔をしていたのはどこのドイツだ？もう何日来ていない。 FB からの連絡は普段はどのくらいの頻度で来ていていつから来なくなった？
I keep the questions coming. I need to pile on the pressure.
普段毎日連絡を。でももう10日近く。
10日も連絡が来ていない。そうだな。
Moeka looks up at me with pleading eyes.
私裏切れないよ。
お前は裏切られたんだよ。
FB を信じてる。
お前は切り捨てられた。利用されるだけされてな。もう用済みということだ。
FB はそんな人じゃ。
だったらどんな人なんだ？
お母さん
She, yep.
みたいに
Yep, I knew it. I had a feeling.
私に
It was a girl.
優しくて。私はやっと心地いい居場所。
Like a mother. FB is a woman? What if it was Suzuha somehow? I expected an evil-looking old man like you see in the movies, but I guess I was wrong.
悩みを相談したり、いつもすぐに返事くれた友達みたいで。でも包み込
Let
む
me
優
think.
しさが。
10 days ago, when did she leave the world line? I'm trying to think. I'm like, who else could it be? I'm imagining FB has got to be somebody that I mean, it could be some completely random person I've never met before, but I feel like there's going to be like some sort of big twist.
会ったことは？
The 10-day thing, I'm like, there's got to be something about that 10 days. What does the 10 days signify? Moeka shakes her head weakly.
会ったことがない。お母さんみたいで友達みたいでお前にとって心地いい居場所だったのに。
Damn, if they had met, then I could have gotten Moeka to lead me to her.
ラウンダーは互いの正体隠すのがルールで。
連絡は取り合っていたのに一度も会ったことはない。確かに会うのはルール違反かもな。だが
違うよ。会ったら幻滅される。だから会いたいなんて思わない。
会いたいと言われたことは？
一度もないし言ったこともない。
その様子だと電話もしたことがないな。
Moeka turns away, then she nods faintly.
避けられているとは思わなかったのか？そこまで親身になってくれた優しい女上司がお前に会おうとしない理由は本当にルールだけか？そしてなぜ連絡をよこさない？ 理由を考えてみろ。振り込め詐欺と同じだ。お前は騙されていたんだ。
エフビを悪く言わないで。そんな人じゃない。
連絡が途絶える前、最後のメールはどんな内容だった？
IBN5100 を指定場所に置いておけ。
Oh, wait. Okay. So was she the one? I'm guessing she was the one who took the IBN from the shrine, so she must have messaged the location of the IBN to herself. The IBN 5100. Moeka, you fool. You let your tongue slip. 2 weeks ago, FB told her to leave the IBN 5100 at a drop point. That means she already had it in her possession at that time. I recall how Moeka kept bombarding me with questions about the IBN 5100. I might have let it slip that I found the computer at Yanabayashi Shrine. After that, she sent her D-mail. The world line changed. The lock was broken on the shrine storehouse door. The IBN 5100 was gone. These facts point to one conclusion. She sent herself the location of the IBN 5100. Now this is going to be the awkward thing. He's got the information, but he's going to have to, like, let go of her so he can leave without her trying to kill him. Now that I know, it seems so obvious. If only I hadn't trusted Moeka. If only I had seen through her lies. But no, I played right into her hands. I was the tool's tool. I almost burst into self-deriding laughter. But I desperately hold it back and keep a straight face.
その場所はどこだ？
コインロッカー、大ビル前の。
Oh, isn't that where Luka put the IBN? The coin locker in front of Daiburu. Wait, isn't that where Lukako hid the IBN 5100 on the previous world line? Is this another effect of convergence? Can I retrieve the IBN 5100 if I go there now? No, I can't expect it to still be there. Remember what happened with Lukako. The invisible force of convergence is keeping the IBN 5100 away from me. If I want to get it back, I need to cancel Moeka's D-mail. I know the message. I've already reached my goal. It's just letting go of this dangerous woman and getting to the phone quickly so that he can send that. He's nowhere near as quick at sending an email as she is. Moeka starts crying softly. I sigh deeply and lift myself off Moeka's body. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs. I would be careful, my dude. Don't let your guard down. I take Moeka's phone out of my pocket.
携帯を使わせてもらうぞ。
Moeka slowly gets up. She wipes her tears and fixes her hair and clothes. Her wavy hair obscures her face from this angle, so I can't make out her expression. She doesn't react to what I said. Even though I'm no longer restraining her, she doesn't try to attack me and take back her phone. I open Moeka's mailbox and search for the D-mail. It takes about 3 minutes, but I finally find it. 3 mails from Moeka's own phone, each 12 characters long, sent on August 4th and received on July 31st. Retro PC is at Yanabayashi Shrine. Just as I suspected, Moeka changed her D-mail in the few seconds I had my back turned. All I need to do now is send the cancellation mail.
Okabe!
今、ラボにいるか？
心配させんな、バカ。
心配してくれていたのか？
どう見ても死亡フラグ立ってたから、無事なのが驚きよ。
今どこにいる？
ちゃんとラボで待機中。
もう一度 D メールを送る。準備を頼む。
タイマー設定は
31日の11時頃に着くように設定を。
31日の11時ということは。
While Kurisu calculates the hours, I type the mail. It says, "Do not go, not at shrine, it's a trap." I address the mail to the phone wave, name subject to change.
準備 OK。
Alright, I'm curious to see if this is gonna fix it.
よし、起動してくれ。
Because I don't know what else he could do after this to get back on the right world line.
起動した。
I press the send button. The mail starts sending. Oh, is it not? Reading Steiner should activate, this time for sure. I brace myself for the incoming vertigo. Oh no! What?
なぜ変わらない？
また間違い？
いや、そんなはずはない。萌香の D メールの内容も確認済みだ。それを否定するメールを送った。
Just when I think I'm ahead of the story, it throws another curveball at me. Dang it. Why isn't it working? What the hell's wrong this time?
最初の D メールの内容は？
柳林神社に IBN5100 があると知らせるものだ。今のメールでそれは罠だと否定した
I
んだ。
mean, she didn't exactly confirm the Yanabayashi shrine thing. It's implied, but she didn't confirm that he was right.
もう一度別の文面で再送を。
待った！ D メールの面倒な部分についてはロト6の実験で検証済みでしょ？
The Lotto 6 experiment. I sent myself the winning numbers, but the past me didn't buy the ticket. Instead, he gave the winning numbers to Luka.
D メールを読んだ人間がその通りに行動するかどうかは個人の資質に影響される。桐生って人は神社に IBN5100 があると知らされた。直後にそれを否定するメールが来ても構わず神社へ行ったという推測が導ける。
否定するメールを信じなかったか。あるいはクソ真面目に否定されても念のために調べてみたかということか。
I glance at Moeka. She's still hanging her head, but her tears have run dry. I wonder if she's listening.
厄介ね。神社に調べに行くことにリスクが発生すると伝えても聞いてくれなかったっていうことだから。
より強制力の強い文面にするしかない。神社に行くのを禁止させるぐらいの。
Would there be a way that Okabe could go back in time right before she goes and intercepts the IBN 5100 before she gets a chance to?
どうやって？
That's the problem. Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text? It's got to be something to do with FB, right? Or should we consider other possibilities?
例えば7月30日のお礼と D メールを送り、先に IBN5100 を回収させるという方法は？
その日のあんたは IBN5100 に興味があったのか？
Oh, that's right. It's got to be something that persuades him to go. When did I start caring about the IBN 5100? I can't remember. Fine, that's out. So how do I convince Moeka to listen? At that moment, an electric shock runs through my brain. 2 initials.
FB だ。萌香の上司、依存の対象。FB からのメールなら無条件で信じるはず。
その FB とかいう人の携帯持ってるの？
いいや、会ったことさえない。どこにいるかもわからない。
話にならない。
少し時間をくれ。
また待たせるのか？まあ、私はずっとラボに泊まり込んでるからいいけど、あんまり無茶しないでね。
So even after prying answers out of Moeka, there's still more work to be done. Fate really seems to love getting in my way. Alright, to break out of this world line, I need FB's identity and location. I call Moeka's name. When she finally looks up, I drop her phone onto her lap. She accepts it with a confused expression.
FB を探すことになった。
Moeka grips her phone, but she doesn't look at the screen. I sigh deeply. I need to get as much information on FB out of her as I can.
お前はどういう経緯でラウンダーに？
Honestly, I couldn't care less. I hate having to stand here and talk with the woman who killed Mayuri. Hugging her phone to her chest, Moeka retrieves her glasses and puts them back on.
4年前死のうとしてた。
Her voice is a barely audible whisper. For a moment, I'm surprised she's not talking by mail.
何の希望も持てなくて 何もかもが嫌になって。
原因は
特にこれっていうのは。
Her expression is blank, lifeless like always. But behind her glasses, her eyes are red from crying. They are the only trace of emotion on her doll-like face.
でも小さなことがたくさん積み重なって、もともとこんな性格だし。
家族は
Moeka shakes her head a little. She has none, I guess. I don't bother asking whether she ever had parents. It doesn't really matter.
自分の部屋で睡眠薬大量に飲んで、でも死ぬのを失敗して、そこにメールがラウンダー募集って個人宛てじゃなくて一斉送信の。
Isn't that spam? Do the Rounders really recruit like that?
私はどうでもよくなってた。だから気づいたら返信してた。そしたら連絡が来たの。 FB から。それからずっと FB の指示に従ってた。
ずっとこの秋葉に
The thing is, FB might not even be a woman because she's never met FB or, like, you know, seen a picture or anything. It could just be, you know, maybe they think that a woman to woman might be more, what's the word I'm thinking of? Let her guard down a little bit and trust easier with a woman than with a man. Moeka shakes her head.
3ヶ月前まで名古屋、その前は横浜、その前は。
The Rounder's chief duty is to acquire IBM 5100s. I guess they had her traveling all over Japan digging up info on retro PCs.
これまでに IBN5100 をいくつ見つけた？
一台も。
No results? It sounds like SERN is spending a lot of effort for not much return. I sigh deeply once again.
お前はこの後どうするつもりだ？ただ絶望に打ちひしがれて予定通り自殺するか？抗おうとは思わないのか？
抗う？
Even as I ask the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. This world line has already approved her death. She's in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die. I know that, and yet I ask the question.
FB はお前を利用し見捨てた。それを認めろ。その上で FB に対してどうしたいと考えているんだ。
Moeka looks down.
利用されていたとしても、私の居場所そこしかなかったから。初めてだった。生きてきた中で自分が必要とされたこと。 FB が居場所を与えてくれたの。私にその居場所を守るためなら、生きがいを与えてくれた FB を守るためなら何だってするって。
お前は救いようのないバカだ。
I stand up.
だったら依存したまま死んでいけ。お前の死は確定している。だが俺は世界の思い通りになっていいとは思わない。だから徹底的に抗う。
No matter what, I will save Mayuri. Just a little bit more. I can't give up now. Alright, so that will do it for this episode. Getting back to Moeka, forgotten to the point that I actually forgot what her name was for like the first half of this episode. But I'm hoping we are going to get some answers soon about who this FB is, this woman, who might not be a woman. I'm excited to see, like, if we're going to get that revelation soon, and if Moeka is going to do kind of like a heel turn at the last moment and help us out. Maybe her new purpose is to try and save Mayuri and undo, you know, the bad things that she's done on the other world lines. So we'll just have to wait and see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Until then, bye guys. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Nana, Sparky, iCognito, Matt Goldsmith, Harry Gazif, and Asborn Kennedy.